So how did you and Daydree start DNA Mamas?
Well, I love this story because it was actually a really organic thing. It started out,
Once COVID went down, shall we say, and we were locked down, basically I, of course, was shocked, like most of the people in this country and the world. And so,
we were talking, as we always talk. We've been friends for 20 years, so we talk a lot. But COVID started and we realized different things were happening. So for Daydree, who's an athlete,
I realized I could not exercise
she couldn't go out to her normal classes
or outside at the yoga studio, surrounded by lots of people, and that wasn't allowed anymore.
and all of a sudden when she put on her truth jeans, which you may not know about because you're a man, but
Now, ladies, you know what the truth jeans are. I think you know. The truth jeans are those jeans that you've had for a really long time,
you just want to always be sure they can button.
sort of as a badge of honor, to let you know that I could still get into these.
So we were talking about it and I said, hey,
The gym that I belong to at Tech Fitness,
this great class on Sundays that I was doing called Stretch and Strengthen, I've moved it online. Why don't you try it out? And she did, and she got great results.
truth jeans. I was very excited. So, needless to say, I was all down for the Amy Fitness on Zoom and communication. You're connecting with everyone. It's not just some video that's been recorded that you just sort of do randomly. You're in the class. You are participating with the teacher and all the students. It is a wonderful thing. And so that was very exciting because you're not as isolated, you're communicating, you're working out, laughing, and so it was a really great time.
And then on my side, I was getting pretty stressed out during COVID, like everyone, and with 3 kids and trying to take care of them, and suddenly they're home all day and we've got school online and I'm still trying to work and you go to the grocery store and whatever else. I was getting really, really stressed out. And Daydree said to me, she said, Amy, I'm going to put on my coaching hat and you need to meditate and you need to breathe and you need to take a little bit of time and space in your day, every day, for you to just be still.
This is a really difficult time. So it's really important to be really, really mindful of how we're taking care of ourselves.
And it helped. I felt calmer. I was able to deal with all the challenges so much better. And by the way, Daydree has told me that in the past. Amy, you need to meditate. But I finally listened and it worked.
So once she started seeing the reflection of all this great meditation coming back to her in peace and calm, and I saw the reflection of great fitness at home, really engaged with others, and still having a good time, as I might, outside in a gym with others. I'm still engaging. I'm still having a great time. This was a good thing.
And then from there, we just realized, well, then things got more intense in the world. George Floyd was murdered. Suddenly, we're in this time of national upheaval, which we kind of already were. I mean, politics in 2020 was already crazy, and then we added on George Floyd's killing and all of the unrest and tension that went with that. And I really needed to take those deep breaths even more.
At that time also, we started getting further and further into things that brought us comfort. Food. Amy is a really good baker. Amy started making fresh baked bread. I think a lot of folks did. She started making fresh baked bread for her entire family. I started making more and more delicious meals for my family. And we got deeper into things that made us comfortable. But at the same time, we talked about the things that made us uncomfortable, which is also needed. because that's how we grow. That's how we grow. And Amy and I understood that. And so we talked about the things that made us uncomfortable while we baked the bread. We talked about the things that gave us pain while I created a vegan dish, a new vegan dish, while I explored Korean food, Japanese food, deeper into my Caribbean heritage. And I started mixing it all together. And I got comfort in the food while I was uncomfortable in the world.
Raising the kids and trying to talk to them about all these things and be a good mom and set a good example. And it's just a lot.
And so we cooked. And we created comfort from cooking. Amy made her soups and baked bread.
I'm really passionate about nutrition and keeping food really simple and clean and coming at it from the mom perspective of how can I be sure my family is getting their fruits and vegetables and they're not eating a bunch of processed stuff all the time.
And so we decided this is of benefit, not just for us, but for others. So we created DnA Wellness with cooking, sharing, coaching, meditation, and fitness. So fit mind, fit body, fit soul.
For us and DnA Wellness, we wanted it to be about being live, being there. We're not a recording, we're not virtual. We're there with you, we get to know you, we're talking to you, we're checking in on you between sessions to keep you accountable, and we're really creating connection, because that's such a big piece of what we're all struggling with right now with the pandemic, is we've lost so much connection in our lives because we're just a lot more isolated. So we want DnA Wellness to be about connection, and we want it to be really customized. So wherever a client is, whether they're an athlete, whether they're recovering from an injury, whether they're an older person, I can meet them where they are and help them. And then for Daydree, whether, Daydree's an amazing coach. So whether it's someone who's single, who's trying to navigate dating during COVID, or whether it's a person who's having trouble with their communication in their relationship and they need some support around that, like, hey, oh my gosh, suddenly I'm home with my husband and my kids, or my wife and my kids, and things are stressful. Daydree can tailor her coaching and her meditation to whatever's going on with the person. So connection and customization, those are really big words for us.